Hello, this is Game Hunter, and today I will be guiding you through Hell's Armory, yet another special floor in DoomRL. This is version 993, and Hell's Armory is quite a fun little map. It's not too difficult, and it's just overall well made, I would say. And it's only improved over the last few versions, really. So let's just get right into it. This part of it's on Hey Not Too Rough, so obviously it's not going to be too troublesome. You have lost souls in the lava that kind of surrounds this area, and you just have a bunch of formers, some imps, demons, and then the arachnotrons are the tough enemies on this level. So if you notice, there's also this little spot on the left, this wall here. This block is indestructible for reasons that we'll get to in a little bit. But let's just go through the level first. So there's a bunch of formers on the left here. They can come as humans, sergeants, captains, or on harder difficulties, commandos. So, and one of the things you can do is simply shoot to the right. If you have a chain gun or even a shotgun to some extent, you can just shoot to the right and you can kill a lot of things that way. And since there are a lot of enemies just dropping ammo, you can afford to kind of waste it here. And if you have ammo chain, of course, you can just do this non-stop. So we take care of those guys. And that's the left side, basically. There might be a couple of imps lying around on the right side, but they're not much of a concern. Kill off the demons. The demons typically reside in this area, but the imps, being the little punks they are, can open doors. And arachnotrons can't open up doors either, but sometimes the arachnotrons will get out if the imps are opening doors for them. Which is a pain, but normally you would open up the doors yourselves when you were ready and start attacking. Now, arachnotrons have a fast speed, which means their movement and their attacks are going to be more than 1 second a turn, or per action. And they also shoot plasma volleys, which eat right through your armor and hurt quite a bit. So, you got to be careful with that. I'm going to close this door because I'd like to make a new assembly for myself. I guess I'll just be showing off some assembly creations. If you have a bulk pack on your chain gun and you try to add another one, even though you don't have whiz kit, it'll let you know that you can make an assembly out of it. And what we get is the Gatling gun, which I showed off in the wall episode. So we'll use that to kill this guy, and it should go easier than with the other guy. Yeah, only took 3 volleys there, which is equal to a little more than 4 volleys with a normal chain gun. It eats through ammo faster, but it also kills in fewer turns. So, it can be good to have a chain gun and a Gatling gun if you're worried about ammo conservation or any other. I mean, there's an assembly that actually shoots fewer bullets than the chain gun, so there's that. I'll just get another point son of a bitch. And that's all the enemies. Sometimes with the lost souls, they can be sitting around in this area. Well, since you can't actually walk around here, you have to wait for it. But other than that, you can usually just walk around the outside and clear up any lost souls that may have been straggling about. So the level's finished, but we also have a lever on the right side. And it's a special looking lever. It doesn't tell me what it does. I don't know if it would if I had points in intuition, but point is that it's spookily there, and we don't know what it does necessarily. So let me open that sucker up after I just kind of grab some ammo. Okay. And with the Gatling gun, I fear nothing. Nothing, of course, except for possibly a loud wail. Now, if you notice, the walls on this side just dropped, and there's actually an enemy right around here. So we're just going to start firing from the left side, and if you have a rocket launcher or a rapid fire weapon, you can do this to an extent. I'll just fire off a full complement of my Gatling gun. Now, if you notice, you heard a teleport sound. Yeah, this guy can teleport, In addition, he also regenerates 1 HP every action he takes. The combination of this is quite brutal, and on Ultraviolence or potentially Nightmare, this can completely destroy your game if you're not careful. So, let's see how much... Yeah, he's completely unhurt. If I had hit him with anything before, it was completely healed up by now. Which, I guess it wouldn't have been much, but anyway. With the Gatling gun and the traits that I have, you know, Son of a Bitch 3, Finesse 2, and Eagle Eye 1, he should go down pretty easily, as long as he's not teleporting around too much. So he went from... Yeah, well, I guess those didn't hurt very much. I think he's got an armor of about 3, so whether or not I get past that with my Gatling gun is another matter. The Gatling gun basically has the same stats as a plasma rifle, other than the increased clip size. But, you know, I can hurt this guy pretty handily. I'll just take the hit if he has one to give. Oh, looks like I was dealing damage fast enough. Maybe I'll kill him now, if I'm lucky. Yeah, I guess not. So, okay, so he's not too bad with a rapid-fire weapon, and if he doesn't teleport around much, then all the better for you. So, when you kill him, now let's see if I can find that. Yeah, the lab cache opens, so... And the lab cache has some pretty nice stuff in it, usually. It will always contain 2 random mods on these sides, and it will contain something else in the middle. That something else can either be a schematic, which will produce assembly directly on the assembly screen. So that it also counts for the sake of the Technician badge series, which is for building up assemblies. So you can use that if you can't get some of the more difficult ones, like stuff for Onyx mod packs, and the unique and exotic mod packs that required. But this time I got a Firestorm weapon pack. It can also be any of the exotic or unique mods, which is Sniper, Firestorm, Nano, and Onyx. Or it could also be a Cybernetic armor, which is a pretty good armor. It's, you know, it beats out a lot of armors, especially now that there's nanofiber. So, I guess I will take the time to make a tactical shotgun. So you'll get to see yet another one. Tech mod already on the combat shotgun. If you put a power mod on, you can make a tactical shotgun. And the order can be reversed. You can start with a power mod and put on a tactical mod. And that also has no bearing on the weapon stats, fortunately. Last secret in this level, or I guess the only secret, other than if you somehow miss the lever. On this very left side, there's a supercharge globe, so you can use that to fully heal yourself if you took some damage against the Shambler. And that's, of course, if you had an Environment suit pack this early on. Sometimes you're lucky enough. I actually had 2 this early, which is pretty awesome. I'll snag the Firestorm, which I can use to build some... Well, let me, I guess, just show off the stats. It increases shots by 2 for rapid fire and blast radius by 2 for explosive weapons. And you can make some assemblies out of it, or you could just kind of buff up a rocket launcher, or just kind of a plasma gun if you want to. It's good for ammo chain, because that just gives you more shots to work with when you have infinite ammo. So that's basically the whole level. I guess just some quick notes. Shambler is immune to acid and lava, so there's really no reason to knock him back into it. It just makes it more of a hassle when you try to hurt him. There can be unique ranged weapons in these 4 slots, and I believe that the chance of one appearing is tripled compared to a typical level. So there's pretty good odds to get one. And obviously you can also get Cybernetic Armor or Onyx or Nano Pack in the lab cache. There's lots of ammo here, although it's somewhat sparse on shells. So if you're playing on Hey Not Too Rough or Hurt Me Plenty, you'll still find some Sergeants to pick up some shell ammo. But on Ultraviolence and Nightmare, there really aren't. I don't know if there are any Sergeants, so you're really limited. But there's going to be usually lots of bullets, lots of rockets, so many rockets, and a good amount of cells, at least, you know, for this point in the game. So yeah, it's a great place. I should probably mention that the mods in this room are always the same. There was a bulk one in here, and there's an agility one there. So those are always constant, but the ones in the lab cache are completely random. So that's that. This will conclude the first half of the video, and on the second half I'll be showing off ultraviolence here. Hopefully I'll show some shotgun techniques, or just kind of general strategies for the Shambler on ultraviolence, where he's much harder, and general strategies for completing this level without taking too much damage. In fact, if you can take no damage on this level, you get a medal called the Shambler's Head, and that's pretty nice. It's, you know, it's a worthy medal to get. You know, you can show it off to all your friends. Hey man, I beat Hell's Armor without taking any damage. So I'll probably show one of those at some point, but anyway, let's get on to the second half now. See you in a bit.